Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you for this press meeting about human rights in Vietnam. It's the first time we have the pleasure to have this press to have the press meeting on this topic. I think it's important to hear you. We also have distinguished minorities people there. I had the opportunity to visit, but 15 years ago, so a long time ago. And yes, I think that's important to hear you here at the Press Club today. Before to give you the floor, Mr. Tan, because you will be the moderator, I will ask you to sign our golden book. Yes. Oh, okay. Everybody just signature. Yes. Thank you. Please, yeah. And yeah. Just after that, I will give the floor to Mr. Nguyen Din Tang, who will be the moderator of this press meeting, and he will also present the speakers. So thanks again. Just to speak, you have to push on the button of the microphone. It's also for you if you... Ah voilà, il y a quelques francophones dans la salle, donc voilà. Alors je ne sais pas dans quel... Voilà. Donc pour les francophones, effectivement, je souhaitais la bienvenue pour cette conférence de presse. Bon, merci encore, et puis je vous souhaite donc une bonne conférence. Voilà. Okay. Très bien. Maintenant, c'est à vous. You have the floor.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người. Thank you for everyone, and thank you for the Swiss Press Club for us to use this facility, beautiful facility, for this very important press conference. Just about an hour ago, we are still at the Palais Wosen, observing the third review of Vietnam's implementation of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. So this is a press conference for us to report on that, as well as to ask a number of participants here and observers to also give their impressions of the review. And of course, we will talk about other issues relating to human rights violations in Vietnam. But most importantly, we will talk about religious freedom being suppressed in Vietnam, and particularly relating to ethnic indigenous minorities such as the Hmong, the Montagnard, the Cham. And we also have the privilege of the honor of having several religious leaders that I'd like to acknowledge here. Oh, where's Father Tang? Oh, yes. We'll invite you to also come here. Father Tang is a Catholic priest. We didn't list him on the list of speakers just because he might not be allowed to leave Vietnam if the Vietnamese government finds out. So we left him out. So may I ask for one more chair here for Father Tang. Mời Linh Mục Thăng lên đây ạ. Yeah. So it's just because of for security reason, people in Vietnam might be placed on travel ban. Therefore, we have to make a decision not to announce his name until now. So we have a number of religious leaders. Father Tang, he's a Catholic priest with the Committee on Peace and Justice of the Vietnam's Conference of Bishops, Catholic Bishops of Vietnam. We have then Pastor Joseph Vàng Chí Minh, a Hmong pastor. He himself has spent 9 years in prison because of his religious faith. His father died in the jungle because the government forced them to renounce their faith, and they had to go to hiding in the jungle. We have here the most venerable Thích Như Điển, the second president of the Executive Council of the Unified Buddhist Church of Vietnam in Europe. And we have Ms. Michelle Nguyen. She coordinates the Vietnam Coalition Against Torture. And then Ms. Lữ Thị Tường Nguyên from Holland. She's with the Stitching Vietnam Human Rights Foundation. And we have Ms. Tuyết Dinh. She's the coordinator, overseas coordinator of the Vietnamese Women for Human Rights Organization. And I myself is Dr. Nguyễn Đình Thắng. I'm the CEO and president of Both People SOS. Thank you. So very quickly, I'd like to use my privilege as the facilitator to give a very quick overview of the ICCPR review of Vietnam and about our delegation. This year, we have about over 30 members in the delegation. BPS was coordinated this delegation, and we also like to express our gratitude to Jubilee Campaign with Hulda, which is here, for assisting us throughout. The reason that we are bringing the large delegation here because, first of all, the significance, the importance of the review on Vietnam's implementation of the ICCPR. Secondly, we'd like to take this opportunity to meet with key people at the UN system, the different UN mechanisms for human rights, and we also have arranged meetings with different country permanent missions here, and a number of international organizations with offices in Geneva. So that is very important. But the main reason for us to be here is around the ICCPR review of Vietnam. From my own observation, I think that the civil society organizations have done great work because we have provided a lot of important, accurate, comprehensive information to the review committee, and that's the UN Human Rights Committee. So they are very well prepared, but they ask questions, they ask very pointed questions. Unfortunately, the Vietnamese delegation representing the Vietnamese government didn't answer most of the questions. They just read from whatever they printed out. They brought along from Hanoi. Right? So there's a mismatch between the questions and the answers. And mainly the answers only address things written on paper. So they kept quoting the laws, the different decrees, but that has nothing to do with reality because they don't enforce their own laws. And that is the major issue. Now, even in their own laws, they didn't include all the provisions that they have committed to as part of the ICCPR. And what we found out is that even their translation, the official translation into Vietnamese of the ICCPR has contained many glaring errors that would inevitably lead to non-compliance with the covenant. Now, what is very, very disappointing, but not surprising, is that at the concluding remark, the head of the Vietnamese delegation got upset. Yeah, with the committee members. And he said that, well, your allegations about incorrect translation was groundless. And then he went on to say that, but no, don't worry about the translation, because we have already incorporated everything from the ICCPR into our constitution and our laws. And of course, I think that was not very well received by the committee members. But with that, I'd like to pause here, and I would like to ask, first of all, Father Thang.